Today is August the 1st and we all know it's Emancipation Day. Last year, we all marched from Brixton to the House of Parliament, but for some reason this year there's a division. Some will be in Kennington Park, and some will be in the march from Brixton to the House of Parliament. Me and my brother are going down there to ask a lot of people a few questions. Here, it's early in the morning and people are busy setting up their stalls and tuning up the sound system for the big day. The grand finale is 1,000 drums. There's not much action down here, but at Brixton, hundreds of people are gathering for the atrocities that were done to black men. Do you know what they done to the black man? It was wrong what they did to the black man. Do you know what they done to the black man? It was wrong what they did to the black man. Think we put shit to a faraway land. Think you got jokey with their mighty hand. Them still a thief for identification. Until it's so for reality for hooligan. So my you know say you a black girl no. So my you know say you know African. So boy you don't know say you a black man yeah. So boy you don't know say you a African. Now them beat we repeal it to the weak we. Burn we iron it till them burn we. Now them beat we repeal it to the weak we. Burn we iron it till them burn we. It was wrong, so wrong. It was wrong, so wrong, yes. Do you know what they done to the black man? It was wrong what they did to the black man. Many of you may not know, but the vibrations of the drum will rise up the ancestors to walk in front of the march. My brother is there and will be asking people questions.
I'm Ras Germa Zion, Treasurer, RMUKCIC. I think the highlight of the event, I might just skip to that bit because yeah, but the highlight definitely is striking that chord. 1,000 drums reparation chant. We're asking ones and ones to just bring your drum and come. Basically, yeah, we're trying to arrange it so that it's not just in London. We want ones in Ethiopia, ones in Jamaica, ones in America, ones wherever. I think specifically in Gambia, Jaspaer. Yeah, we've got something lined up that it perhaps might be televised. You know, there's a logistical thing to it, and those are our wishes. And if it materializes, it will be by the grace of His Imperial Majesty. But those are the things that we're focusing on, so that even then, when you make a body count in Kennington Park, if it comes below 1,000, we're hoping that the numbers will be made up by ones in Ethiopia and whatever not. And so that 1,000 drums reparation chant, we're sure will strike that chord.
What do you think about reparation?
I agree that there should be a call for reparation.
What do you think is the solution to black lives?
Unity, for example, why there's so fewer people here this year than they were last year at this time. You know, it's ridiculous. This is the second year, and you know, the people have decided, organisers have decided to separate. One lot here, the other lot in Kennington Park. It's just not good enough, is it? Absolutely not good enough. This is just the second year and mash up already.
What do you think about reparation?
I think it's well needed and well deserved, to be honest with you. I mean, without it, we can't build foundations for future generations. And if we sit back and do nothing, it's only going to get worse and we'll become extinct.
So what do you think is the solution to Black man's problems?
I think we need to come together as a community. I think we're all talk and no action. So a majority of people just sit and talk and nothing ever comes of it. Things like this, I think if people got more involved, then, you know, they will see there is an end solution eventually. And obviously the government will take heed and know that we're not ramping, we're not playing about.
I think the solution is that we've got to get together in unity, because when there's unity, there's strength among us, and it's for us to work with each other now, because it's not getting any better, it's getting worse. So what we need to do is come together as Black people now, so we can make the changes.
I think about reparation. Reparation is a must, you know, because you see, for the atrocities against our people and our ancestors from such time until this time, we can't do without reparation. But reparation, first step of reparation is liberation of the mind. Put away the Western philosophy and Western thinking and take on a full Afrocentric, Afrikan mentality. You see? So it's not even say really it's a monetary thing. It's a liberation of the mind, first and foremost. And once we accomplish that as a unified one body of people, then everything else shall be accomplished.
What do you think is the solution to Black man problem?
To Black man problem? The solution. Well, the solution is even within the first question also. It's a liberation of the mind. Once we liberate our mind, then our problem shall be dissolved. So everything is within the liberation of the mind. Yeah? Highly blessed.
What do you think about reparation?
Well, I think it's a good thing, don't you? You know what I mean? And most black people must live and just unite, you know? But it's not really happening. But the younger generation is not really taking this speaking from the bigger people, you know? So it's just a really bad confusion, you know?
What do you think is the solution to Black man's problems?
Huh?
What do you think is the solution to Black man's problems?
What is, you have to go back so far, because they say that they're going on from generation, man. From generation where you get the same problem with the white man and you know, I don't know how you will get it solved. But I hope it is solved in the longer time. Because they say anything that was good have to come true. Right around, big man.
So then say.
Respect.
Man, it's unity we need,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, man.
That's the word. That is the word. All over, you know what I mean?
Because you see, if black people can unite, nobody in the world can trouble you. I tell you that. Because you're fighting God, and you can't fight God. When you fighting God, you're fighting everybody. That's the way you go.
So you go.
Yeah, you're from so you go.
From here to Parliament. From Parliament. We're leaving Parliament on top of that in the square. That is all we are doing today. Black Power.
I think reparation is a necessary thing for us as black people, no doubt, you know. So, you know, just being here today is a start in that process of, you know, getting people aware of, you know, what's required to get the reparation, you know. So, obviously we're gonna...
What do you think is the solution to black man's problems?
Sorry?
The solution to black man's problems.
The solution?
Yeah.
The solution to black man's problem is for a black man to unite and realize that we have a common enemy and a common goal. That's the solution, I think, you know? So whether that's to do with, you know, financial, obviously we need to pull together our finances because we live in this capitalist society, you know? So that would be a first thing to do, you know? Just £1 for every black man in England, this problem is over, literally, but, you know, this is the problem. So obviously things like this, you know, give people awareness of what's going on and what's needed, you know? Because like a man said, tomorrow's Brixton Splash. Yeah, but guaranteed Brixton Splash is going to have 10 times more people than is here today. And why is that?
I think it's something that we're due and something that we're owed and something that we need as a people. It's a long time coming, but it's going to be a struggle, but it's something that we're going to get in the end, I feel. But I think we all need to come together as one people instead of being divided. We've got to realise that we're all Africans. We're not Caribbean, we're not from Jamaica, we're not from Barbados, we're Africans. And as long as we can realise that and come together, there's no power that can stop us. That's all I've got to say.
What do you think we need to do to get this?
I think we need to re-educate ourselves. We need to de-brainwash ourselves because we've been brainwashed for centuries. So I feel that we need to go back to our Africanness. And I think from there, move forward and bring in family members, friends, neighbours that are not on the same kind of conscious wavelength or don't realise who they are. They need to realise, and they need to realise now.
Like for each man, obviously, I feel say like to come together. Do you understand? But at the same time, it's still a thing where day to day, man have to do your works. You see what I'm saying? So I feel say it's a joint effort, and man have to still know say within your capacity, do what you can. When you see your brother, it's your brother. Do you see what I'm saying? Try have them kind of positive aspects and know say it's a oneness. You see what I'm saying? Them kind of thing there still.
Think about reparations.
Reparations? No, this is a thing that we must have. It's a thing that we must have because we have the Jewish people, everybody have. You know, they get, right. When you look back at slavery, the slave masters, they got paid. They got paid on our backs. What did we get? Nothing.
What do you think is the solution to black man problems?
There's lack of unity. Right, like this, right, it should be RAM. You know, every black person in the country should be here, right, marching for this, you know, but we have no unity. You talk to people, they didn't even know about it. Why? Because we ain't got that. There's no cohesion.
I know the police are not doing nothing, because right now all the killing are going on in America. We have the American police, them is a killer for all the black people for no reason, as far as I see it. So all the march are going on now, I just hope it's just police are not doing nothing. As you can see, everything is just nice and easy and peaceful. Just eat food, drink some jelly coconut water, I reason with some people and just live clean. Yeah. Yeah, man. Blessed.
What do you think is the solution to black man's problems?
Well, we live in England. England is a white man town. Right now, when I go for an interview, I don't stand a big chance like a white man would stand. You understand what I deal with? I know I'm hoping to get picked out of 10 people. I'm hoping to be the last person to pick. So there might be 9 white men in front of me. All they might get the job, I won't get it. So if they can open more opportunities for I and ease up the pressure in Jamaica and the Caribbean, like how with the IMF money thing, them kind of thing is a solution. Because by rights, we shouldn't even be in debt, because we've been working for 400 or 500 years for free. 400 or 500 years we've been working for free, so why can't we then just give what we want? We made billions for England and America. We made billions of blood, sweat and tears. So we are the rising warriors now that now we gotta do what we have to do. Intelligently, we not just come with no M16 and AK-47. Because King David and King Solomon and Haile Selassie, I say, the pen is mightier than the sword. So them things we're gonna use a much Babylon. We're gonna use them own a thing. Just like what Nelson Mandela do to the people down in South Africa. Him use them own ways and means and how Babylon set. Read the book about the Boers and understand them and use it against them. So them thing that we as Ethiopian warriors living in a Babylon, are them thing that we have to do. We have to just wise up.
Perhaps it's overdue. It's a thing we need to take and do, because to build us up as a community and as a people. And what I've said, someone said Caribbean people, we're South American people, Brazilians, we're North American, African, but we're all African people. And we have to remember, the pictures we see the people on the bottom of the slave ships, right, that's us. The people in Africa, they need to know that that's their family, right? It's taken over to America and all the different places, right? And one of the things I'm looking at is reparation, right? Even from the Caribbean islands, because that's not really truly our home, right? Our home is back in Africa. And the next thing I add, this reparation that I look at it is not only for the Europeans, it's for the Arabs. They're not going to get off the hook. No matter how they want to go on in this world, how the media's showing that no one can't talk to them, and this black man out, and I fight for nobody. We need to start saying, you as well as them, we're coming for you. Babylon time done.
This is a very significant day for black people all over the world. And I would like to see more of us constructively unite and collectively unite, and to show the rest of the world that our voices need to be heard, because we have been through what I would call a black Holocaust, and we're still in the black Holocaust, although it's been refined. And we need to understand that our black lives does matter. It does matter.
What do I think about reparation? Well, I'm here to remember all my ancestors that suffered in the plantation, yeah? And I think reparation is definitely needed, because they just left the slaves, abandoned them with nothing, and reward the slave masters, and we must fight for reparation forevermore. That's how I think about it.
I think it's a part of the process. I think it's a part of the process for us to move forward to heal ourselves mentally, spiritually, physically. And so it's a necessary part of the process. And regardless of the turnout, providing that we continue to develop and continue to persist in our determination to be successful people.
What was the African doing 100 years before slavery? What was the black man doing 200 years before slavery? Come lie down. What was the African doing 100 years before slavery? Answer the question. What was the black man doing 200 years before slavery? Now them a tell me I hear them from your late command. They tell the slavery where it all began. But when we dig down in our history book, we find a lie, them a tell I man. They say we come from monkey, we brain small in our head like a pea. When black man were building pyramids, them never need to go to university. Like that the internet. What was the African doing 100 years before slavery? What was the black man doing 200 years before slavery? Come lie now. What was the African doing 100 years before slavery? What was the black man doing 200 years before slavery? How to know what trick we up? I use your Bible to come stick me up. How to know what fool we up? Use white supremacy to school we up. Change. 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 It's time for you to change the way how you look on the black. Or black murderer, or black victim. You see this is, or is it?
Emancipation Day, 1st of August 2015. Hundreds of black people down here in Brixton celebrating, trying to get reparation, unity for what we deserve. We're marching from Brixton to Parliament for reparation, 1st of August 2015. As you can see, there's loads of us, of the black community, the Africans.
What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now!
My name is Mandingo, Afrikan from Jamaica. I am a Garveyite, meaning that I am a Pan-Africanist, because I am a person who has the same program as the greatest Pan-Africanist leader ever, Marcus Messiah Garvey, who founded the largest Pan-Africanist organization in history, the UNIA and the ACL, on the 20th of July, 1914, at 32 Charles Street in Kingston, Jamaica. One of the founder members of the UNIA and ACL was my mother's cousin, my cousin, Amy Ashwood, who was later to become the first wife of Marcus Garvey. In Jamaica in the 1960s, Marcus Garvey's son, Marcus Garvey Jr., son of his second wife, Amy Jakes Garvey, he taught me physics at Kingston Technical High School. He and I were not just teacher and pupil, but we were also good friends, and together with others in the 1960s, around 1968, we formed a political party to carry on the works of his father and his father's organization, the ANU, African Nationalist Union. Today, last year, Friday the 1st of August 2014, there was an African reparations march that started at Windrush Square in Brixton and moved. We marched right here to Parliament, Westminster Parliament, and also to Downing Street 10, where a petition demanding reparations were given. This year, it's the same thing. And what has happened is that since that successful march last year of about 6,000 to 7,000 Africans that caught the Europeans, the British, off guard, because when we said we were going to march last year, and I was one of the organizers and promoters of it, they thought that there would only be 100 or 200 people. When I and another individual had meetings this year with Transport for London, TFL, to arrange for the march this year, the head person at TFL, who we had the meetings with others, said literally that they nearly SH, you can fill it up, themselves last year, because they were shocked at the thousands of people that turned out, because they thought it would have been just maybe 100 or 200 people the most.
What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want?
But the message that we're sending out there today is that every conscious African must subscribe to the fight for reparations. 300 years of slavery, 100 years of colonialism. You've been free for 5 minutes and we still don't get our reparations. The slave master got compensated to the tune of £17 billion and we didn't even get 17 seconds of real freedom. So the message to go out to our people today is conscious Africans of the world, rise up and back reparations, because this time we're going to do it. Blessed love. All right, let's reverse.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Reparation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Reparation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Reparation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Reparation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Reparation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Reparation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Reparation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Reparation. When do we want it? Now.
To all those who have organized today and to the people. However, we must remember that this is a moment of mobilization. It is how we channel the power potential that we demonstrate today and harness that in an organized force going forward that will really make today count. We have got to make sure that today does not only become a symbolism, an expression of emotion, that we organize the energies that we galvanize today into a national program of African self-empowerment and African liberation. We have got to make sure we do that. And you know, it is for the people to demand that we, the organizers, organize well on behalf of the people. So the power is with the people, but the people have to be organized. Tendai Mwari. Great day, the sun is shining, the sky is blue, and when Ra is pleased, and the spirits of our ancestors are rising, we give thanks and praises. Tendai Mwari. Blessed. Tendai Mwari.
This march was going to attract thousands again. They planned for it. One of the first things that they did, and listen carefully, because the only way that we as African people can achieve and maintain our independence is by dealing with the truth. And the truth consists of things that are good and things that are bad. You will never ever solve a problem by denying the reality of the situation. If you do, you are a misleader and you are a hypocrite and you are no good. Because the opposition forces knew that thousands of people would be coming out this year, they planned for us. A lot of police are now in place, unlike last year. Conveniently, there's also a cycle race. Today, last year there was no cycle race. Why are you having a cycle race today? They in fact said, why not have the march on another day? We said no. August the 1st is the anniversary of when our ancestors in the Caribbean fought and won our freedom, Emancipation Day. So we are marching on that day to honor our ancestors. We are not marching on any other date in August except the 1st of August, because to do otherwise would be to dishonor our African ancestors who fought and won their liberation from chain slavery then. Seeing that we were determined that we were not going to march on any other date, a next strategy that they employed, and listen carefully, that they employed was this.
And remember, you know, your enemy is not going to tell you the things that they do. They're not going to admit to it. But one of the things that they did was that they allowed a certain group of people within the organization last year to say you can have an event in Kennington Park. You can have a rally, you can have stalls where you sell items, and you can have drumming. Now, once those people went for that, what it means is you're splitting the crowd. So in other words, last year, it was one crowd, one march, marching from Brixton right here to this place. Now for you to have another event on the same day, remember, you have 365 days in some years, in others you have 366. If you want to have an event in Kennington Park, why not have it on another day? Why not have it on another day? You have 364 or other days that you can have that. I am not against us having stalls and having drumming at all, but not on this day when we have set the template last year that this day is only about the march, nothing else. We must not be distracted. The truth speaks for itself. So what it is, I would never go into the park because I have no intention to skylark. My intention is to march because I am an African soldier, marching and carrying on the works of Marcus Garvey and our other African kings and queens who laid down their lives, who shed their blood, who were tortured, raped and enslaved. And remember, they tried to exterminate us as a race of people. The fact that we are here today is not because of ourselves. It is because of our ancestors who were so strong that we have survived. Because remember, the Europeans and Arabs have gone over the world and exterminated other races of people. Never ever forget that. The only reason why we as Africans are on planet Earth here today is because our African ancestors, despite the vicious attacks, were so strong and were so intelligent that we were able to resist their plan, not just to enslave us, but to exterminate us when they no longer had any need for our physical labor.
Okay, brothers and sisters, we would like the opportunity to address our marchers today. First of all, we want to congratulate everybody on making it on the march today, coming to Westminster, second year running. We want you to give yourselves a round of applause. Make some noise. Make some noise. Brothers and sisters, we're making history today. The liberation struggle of our people is only beginning. And so we want everyone to come forward so that we might address you, let you know what happened when we went over to Downing Street, what we plan to do from this moment forward, how we plan to return to Windrush Square today. So if you could all make your way and come in this direction, we have a number of speakers who will address you, and we hope that this is not a one-off march. This is not something that we're doing for today and today only. This is, to coin a phrase that Bob Marley used, movement of your people. This is a movement. We don't intend to stand still. And by the way, for those of you, because some people seem to be very surprised that we're talking about reparations, but I've spoken to a number of white people up here today, and they don't seem too surprised. What they're saying is, what took you so long? You understand? So don't think that we are on time. We're behind time. We got work to do. And so come forward, brothers and sisters, in order that you can be informed about what took place just now and what we intend to do going forward.
Them a come now, them a come. Alright. Alright. So we're gonna have a few speeches. Solidarity speeches we're gonna speak. We've got people from Africa here who's gonna say a couple of things. We've got Sister Esther. She you know, I want some water cause me a fast, but boy, me chat so much that me throat a hot me. Thank you very oh God, look there, you see. And me never get so much woman want give me something at one time. Anyway, Sister Esther, listen, Sister Esther, she wrote the petition. She's championing our reparations claim, yeah, through doing a PhD. Give thanks. Yeah? And so she's articulating our argument as the grassroots people. Now, Sister Esther could have been one of those bourgeoisie Africans and run with these people who claim to them a represent way. But we know that the reparation movement has always been from the grassroots up. Say that! Grassroots up! Say it again! Grassroots up! I can't hear you! Grassroots up! I can't hear you! Grassroots up! And Sister Esther respects grassroots movements. Because none of our organizations are financed by the state. My organization is not financed by the state. Yeah? Naya Bingi is not financed by the state. Baba is not financed by the state. Yeah? Nation of Islam is not financed by the state. The Pan-Africanist movement is not financed by the state. Hell, none of we are what? Financed by the state. And this march was not financed by the state. That's right. This march was financed by you. Yeah? And we want to make it bigger and much better next year. Yeah, we want 100,000 African next year. Yeah? Yeah? And we've taken your numbers for the petition, but we'll be using that to contact you via email, etc., etc. Now, without further ado, right, I'm going to make Sister Esther say a few words, but let's listen diligently. Are you ready? Yes. No. We're not saying, are you ready? Just shout out fire. Are you ready? Yeah.
Where is the rest of the, where's the other microphone?
Okay. Greetings, family. How's everyone doing? Good. All right, brothers and sisters. It's good that we made it here. So those of us who are here,
bring the microphone up so that the people at the back.
We are here on a special mission. We have come to the Houses of Parliament, a crime scene.
Yes, say it again.
A crime scene.
Yes.
Because this was the place where they legislated to enslave our foreparents.
Yes.
And to compensate the enslavers.
That's right.
So brothers and sisters, we have come here to remind them that even though they wish to forget, that we will never forget. We have come here to charge the British state with acts of genocide against our people, African people worldwide, because they did not expect us to survive.
That's right. That's right.
They did not expect us to survive, but we survived, and we are here to represent each of our family members who has been taken from us due to the Maangamizi, which is the Kiswahili term for African Holocaust of chattel, colonial and neo-colonial enslavement. So we are saying to the British state that we charge them with acts of genocide and that they must cease and desist from their acts
contributing to the Mangamese today. So all of you are advocates, all of you are witnesses, and we encourage you to stay with us as we continue to build this movement. Many of you will know there were many attempts to stop us from coming here today.
Yes.
But we persevered.
Hallelujah.
And we will not stop. But brothers and sisters, this march is part of a process. It's not just about coming out every year on this day. It's also about the work that we do moving forward. It's about the organising that we have to do to ensure that we keep the British state accountable and that we do not let them get away with their crimes. We also have to keep the pressure up. This is a learning process. This is a learning march. We have chosen the theme that education is part of the preparation for reparations. So let us continue.
Say again.
Education is part of the preparation for reparations. Let us keep on educating ourselves and our children and our families and our work colleagues everywhere. We need to be learning the arguments. We need to be advocates in our cause.
In the workplaces.
In our workplaces, in our churches,
yes.
In our mosques, wherever we are. In the dance hall,
yes.
In the hairdressers,
that's in
the barber shop.
That's right.
So just to let you know what happened, we went to hand in a copy of the We Charge Genocide Ecocide petition. The Stop the Mangamese We Charge Genocide Ecocide petition. However, as some of you will know, we were late because there was a certain time that we were supposed to be here to hand in the petition. And that time was 3:15. So by the time we got to 10 Downing Street, we were an hour past the time that we said we would be here. So it means that we did not get to go into Downing Street. We handed a copy of the petition to the police officer, as happened last year. But I do not want you to be dismayed.
Come on.
Because what we have done now is we have set up a process where what happened last year will not happen again. We will keep you informed. We will continue to consult. And you need to stay close. Everybody that you have met on this march, we need to stay close. We need to keep up the fire. And we will continue to mobilize our people. We handed in a copy of the letter. We will make the letter available to you. There's no secrets. The petition is also online.
And it will be on the Facebook.
It's on the Facebook page, the March August. We are going to continue collecting signatures because, as you know, we are calling for a commission of inquiry for truth and reparatory justice. But that is not going to happen just because we say in a letter that we want it. We have to agitate for it. We have to make it a demand.
That's right. Botswana,
Namibia,
Malawi, Zimbabwe,
Ghana,
Angola,
and
Tanzania.
We also have solidarity actions happening in North America and across Europe. The petition of inquiry is not only against the British state, we have our counterparts in Europe, in particular the Mandbdaka, which is the Europe-wide African Consultative Council on Reparations. They are championing the We Charge Genocide Ecocide and calling for a commission of inquiry at the European Parliament.
And our brothers are doing the Arabs in North Africa.
And our brothers and sisters, some in North Africa, are challenging the question of Arab enslavement as well. Not just European enslavement. So, brothers and sisters, we have a lot of work to do in getting the commission of inquiry off the ground, but we are also lobbying towards the setting up of a tribunal to hold our oppressors to account. And we are not talking about the International Criminal Court. We are setting up a special tribunal, a People's International Tribunal, led by the people. And we are engaging with our brothers and sisters in the struggles in Australia, the Aborigines, our indigenous brothers and sisters in the Americas,
Papua New Guinea,
and West Papua and other places. Because only we, the peoples who have been enslaved and colonized, can sit in judgment of the crimes of the British state. So we are not pleading with them. We are reclaiming our agency and our power to define, and we are saying that we charge you with genocide. We charge you with genocide.
Say it. We charge you. We say it.
We charge you with
genocide. Say it. I can't hear you. Wait, you not charge them. Let's say again. After three, we charge you.
Ecocide, the killing of our environment. We have representatives here today who represent the global African reparations movement. And I'm going to now close out because I want us to hear from one of those representatives who has come all the way from Azania. Some of you will say South Africa. And he is a representative of one of the movements that is championing reparations in Africa and land reform and us reclaiming all of our wealth and all of our industries. So I would like to welcome our brother from the Economic Freedom Fighters. The Economic Freedom Fighters, our brother, where is he? Can we give him a round of applause?
Before them talk, before them talk, make we rise up with Queen Esther Stanford-Xosei.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. In South Africa, we say, long live reparations, long live. Down with the robbery of Britain, down. Down with the robbery of France, down. Down with the robbery of Italy, down. Down with the robbery of Portugal, down. One black nation, one justice, one vision. One black nation, one vision. Thank you very much. I'm going to be very short. I am so happy. I left South Africa 4 days ago, and I was expecting to come here and do my business. I never thought I could see so many black people in one place in Europe. So I'm going to go home very happy. I'm going to give the message. Our message is very, very short. Our message is that there is one struggle for black people all over the world. That we were enslaved in different ways, but we're all victims of slavery. Those of us who are still in the motherland, they took our land and they enslaved us there. And those of you who were taken away from the motherland, they took you away from the land. So the robbery is still the same. We want our land back. We want our education. We want all our reparations. We know they cannot bring back our ancestors that they murdered. We know they cannot bring back all the dignity that they took away from our people. But we're saying for the current generations, first of all, bring back our land. 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 One vision, one justice, one black nation.
Reparation. Now. What do we want? Reparation. What do we want it now? What do we want? Reparation. What do we want it now?
Yes.
What do you think about reparation?
Yes, I think freedom is a must, and I think it's our time now. Yes, so it's beautiful that everybody's getting together and everybody's peaceful and enjoying themselves. One love, free the buds.
What do you think about reparation?
Reparation? Yes, we're ready for the reparation. We deserve it. Come again.
How can we fix black man problem?
No unity. We don't have no togetherness. I discussed togetherness from 1973. In my head, I know, yeah. And up to now, we still division.
Have you enjoyed today?
Come again?
Have you enjoyed today?
It's good. I've been on the march and I enjoy it. No problem. But when I've come here and see this unity, we want oneness, man. I don't have nothing more to say. Oneness. Peace and love.
Hello, youth.
Hello. What do you think about reparation?
Oh, gosh. Can I reverse the question to you? What do you think about it? Off you go.
I think that it wasn't right for them to make us slaves. It wasn't right for them to make us slaves and swing us around like we're monkeys and feed us the sharks and that.
That's what you feel like really, truly happened?
It did happen.
It did happen. I agree what you're saying. It's not nice to know that we still feeding this country, working hard, all our ancestors.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something? Sorry. All right. Yeah. Sorry. So I just think, yeah, black people, we need to unite with each other. Yeah. That's what we need to do. We need to be doing stuff in unity. We need to be knowing where we're coming from to know where we're going, especially you youngster, yeah? Need to know where we're coming from. Nice to see a young youth doing this, yeah? Really nice to see it because a lot of our youths are lost, totally, all right?
One,
If we're
and the
doing
communication
this,
should be advertised on the radio. So advertising what next dances and so on for, advertise what is going on in the borough. So we can just unite as one.
Thank you.
You know, the same old thing. We have to come together. Unity, love. You know what I mean? These are the things for us. Without that, it don't make no sense.
Hi, what would you? Reparations. I think it's a good thing, but I don't think we're going to get it yet because we, as Moors, Nubians, we need to be coming together mentally, and I don't think we've reached that bit yet. But hopefully, when you grow up, you know, you'll take the journey further. But I don't think it's going to happen now.
How can we fix black man problems?
How can we fix black man's problems? We have to unite as black people, as Nubians. We have to unite. Yeah. So you're asking the interview, but you're listening to somebody else. Bad, very bad. I have, yes, I have, and I'm hoping for greater things each year to come, from strength to strength. Yeah. It was good today. I did, yeah.
Well, like the people before me just said, you know what I mean? It's a good thing. Hopefully we'll see it manifest in our lifetime, but we need to unite. Today, for instance, you know, the segregation, Yassa, and up the top, Windrush, you understand what I'm saying? You know, the 12 tribes won't mix with the Bindi them or whatsoever it is. It's ridiculous, man. And we're all fighting the same cause, man. We're all the same colour, fighting the same thing, have the same problem and fighting the same enemy. So why can't we unite? Without unity, we're not going nowhere. And, you know, we've been talking this for years and years and years. I've been a Rasta now for about 35 years. We've been a Rasta man, you know. And we're still stuck on the same thing, unity. How we not change from when are we going to get it in our heads that, you know, we got to get over this hurdle before we can go any further? Unity. Unity brings love, peace, and hopefully what the people them war with, which is with money.
How can we fix black man problem?
How can we do what?
Fix black man's problem.
Fix black man problem.
Yeah.
What problem, my brethren? Deep. Our problem is deep, my brother. And this is the start. Things, you know, the march, you know, radio. Coming together, unity amongst ourselves. That's how we start, and eventually, you know, we have a long way to go for black man unity, though. But we'll get there. We'll get there, my brother.
What do you think about reparation?
Oh, it's very important. I also believe that even a day like this, that should happen quite frequently, not just one day. The fact that there's so many black people here in one spot, we should be actually being practical together. Reparation is very vital, as we are owed quite a lot of things. Due to, even like, as the years go on, everybody's kind of watering it down, trying to say it doesn't matter, or slavery happened many years ago, but, you know, it still plays a big effect on us today, so, and our children as well, so it's vital, it's absolutely vital, so yeah.
How can we fix black man problem?
So many different angles, so many different factors. We need to actually look at every single factor that's actually affecting us, from our diet to self-healing to unity to trust and loving each other as a whole, because a lot of us don't trust each other. We need to get our priorities right as well. What do we find that's more important, our needs or our wants? Do we need our Gucci bags? Do we need the earrings? Do we need our weave? No, we do not. Let's put that money back into our own community and literally just formalize our foundation and just grow and grow and grow, you know, and
we come through with things.
Yeah. Come on. Absolutely. And all our stuff that's in the British Museum, it shouldn't be there. Take it back, you know. All of these, you know, these monsters, I call them, devils, whatever they are, they're going to an A to Z list of countries, literally taking things. Well, we need to just physically take it back. So us asking, should we be really asked? Should we ask? Or should we just take it? I'll take it. Thank you.
Next one. Ready? In here. Cha-cha, tell her get him. Cha-cha, get the children. Hear me say. Get the children. Cool Babylon, you don't know what you're doing.
Good, you understand?
Yeah. Have you been in
Yes, I've been doing this for quite a while. I've been involved in business since 2001, and so I do events as well as I have a shop in Lewisham.
Have you enjoyed your day?
Say again? I've enjoyed. Yeah, I did. It's a pity it didn't go on a bit longer. I mean, this is kind of early. It could have gone on until 9, but obviously it's cost. You know, it can be expensive to go over a certain time. Yeah.
What do you think about reparation?
I think it's the right thing, and it's a long time overdue, and we're doing the right thing by doing the march and making a stand.
Have you enjoyed your day?
Absolutely. It's a pity I wasn't on the march because I was here doing the stall. I was on the march last year and I really enjoyed myself, and I'll just say big up to the people, big up to our people, big up to the community.
Have you been successful with your stall today?
Absolutely. My community has supported me as I have given to them.
What do you think about reparation?
I think it's a great thing. I think it's supposed to happen not just today, long time. Reparation is a must.
Has the community cooked?
Yes, they have, in a great way.
Yeah, the shells I found and put these pictures inside them, you know, to show the beauty of the shell and the picture, you know, spreading the culture, you know. Yeah, I use the shell to spread the culture.
How long does it take to make it?
How long? Okay, varnish takes 3 days to completely dry. The picture, cutting it out, you know, you take your time. Time consuming.
Have you been successful in making them?
Yeah, because it's unique. You know, there's no one like it. This is the original. You know? Yeah.
Have you enjoyed your day today?
Yes. Beautiful weather, nice people, lots of smiles. Good.
Have very much so. It's ended up with playing the most ancient African game, which we Awari from Ghana. I have my colleague here, Mr. Bonti, who's the founder. Yes, it is the game here. It's an old ancient game, well over 7,000 years old, and you play it with beads. And it's normally called the Pit and Pebbles game. There's a smaller version here. And it's an idea to capture seeds from each other. It's a game which the elders play, and the elders teach the children how to count. It's very mathematical, and it's great fun at the same time. So you know you can play, you have a laugh, and at the same time you're learning.
It's new to me.
Let me see. The most popular one is Jinyami. This is the Jinyami. And that's the omnipotence and omnipresence of God. And that's carved out of one piece of wood. Most of the chairs are made by the craftsmen in Ghana. And all of them have meanings on the bottom. This one is made out of a master board. Obviously the board's on top, the playing board. And sometimes they layer them with grass as well. And this chair is quite an old chair. It goes back many, many years with us. We've been in the society for about 20 years now. So they're our personal possessions.
First, black man needs to learn to unite together. We're divided too much. We need to learn to work together as one and lift up each other, help educate the young youths, them go into professions, having them rap and being a footballer, look at being an engineer, look at being a doctor, look at being a scientist. These are things that we need in our community. These are the people that are going to be the future, so we need them to be in strong, high positions and lift us up. We're scattered all over the world. As soon as we come together, we'll be able to. We need to go back to Africa, all of us. Come to one and go back home.
Our politics about we're going this way and we're going that way. One universal love. God will tell you one love, one aim, one destiny. The book done right long time. Read the book, do the work.
Well, black man is in more a problem, you see. See, So we have to get together as a one accord and stop the fraction thing and him over there so and me over there so. Because we all want to reach the same place. See? One love.
Well, you know, unity, you know, too much division, you know what I mean? And when you do maths and you do division, you see what happens with division. You see what I mean? Them say about equal, but to me, two equal sign is like two minus sign, one above the other. So you have to, you know, work it out. But again, it's in the mind. Repair your mind first.
Unity, love and unity.
Yes,
no divide. One love, one joy, one heart, one aim, one destiny.
Yes,
one mind.
Yes, and we have to get real with the thing, you know, because we're talking about reparations, we're talking about repairing, yes? So, we can't just talk about repairing and look outside to repair what is outside. We have to repair ourselves first. You know, I think that is the key. You ask, what is the key to reparation? To our security and helping ourselves, that is it. Because if we don't repair ourselves and know that we need repairing, there's no point we even coming here, you know, because look at today. We have so much different fragmentation for the one thing. Over, and that is one of the keys. If we can resolve that here in the UK, they might as well win a better come again next year. See?
Acknowledge the Prince of Peace, and you'll always happy. That's all the black man problem.
What I believe in the reparation, but I believe it has to be equitable. You know, and we have to find some solution or some institution in which to invest that money and that time for reparation.
The solution is that we need to all come together more, because this event today as well, there's got other things going. I think, you know, if you could just have one house instead of all these different sections, I think it would make things better.
But I think we still got a long way to go, because still a lot of people, because just check the amount of people that was on the march and even what we got in the park, we still need more. There's more sitting at home, you know, not doing nothing.
Nice to see all these people have come out in support, but like what the other ladies have said, it's nice if all the different organisations come together so then people know exactly what's happening, you know, and the event, because we've got some people here, some people have gone elsewhere and all that kind of thing. And like the comeback, they've given in the petition, what next? When's the reply? What happens next? What happened to the last one?
By coming together.
Unite.
We need to unite properly. We need to unite properly, like from the heart now. You know, none of this sort of like backbiting thing or what have you. You know, we need to just really and truly just come together with the goodness of our heart. You know, the proper way.
How can we fix black problem?
Pardon?
How can we fix black problem?
How can we fix? How can we fix our problem? We can fix our problem first by loving ourselves, by respecting ourselves, by letting go of these ideas of this internalization of white supremacy, and then seeing each other, seeing the reflections of ourselves and loving those reflections, and thus working to uplift ourselves and live in a beautiful, wonderful future.